There is a sense in which corruption is not so narrow as nepotism. It is upon this queer cynical charity, and even humility, that it has been possible to rear so high and uphold so long that tower of brass, Tammany Hall. The modern police system is in spirit the most inhumane in history, and its evil belongs to an age and not to a nation. But some American police methods are evil past all parallel, and the detective can be more crooked than 100 crooks. But in the States it is not only possible that the policeman is worse than the convict; it is by no means certain that he thinks that he is any better. In the popular stories of O. Henry there are light allusions to tramps being kicked out of hotels, which will make any Christian seek relief in strong language, and a trust in heaven, not to say in hell. And yet books even more popular than O. Henry are those of the sob sisterhood, who swim in lachrymose lakes after love-torn spinsters who pass their lives in reclaiming and consoling such tramps. There are in this people two strains of brutality and sentimentalism which I do not understand, especially where they mingle. But I am fairly sure they both work back to the dim democratic origin. The Irish policeman does not confine himself fastidiously to bludgeoning bishops. His truncheon finds plenty of poor people's heads to hit. And yet I believe on my soul he has a sort of sympathy with the poor people not to be found in the police of more aristocratic states. I believe he also reads and weeps over the stories of the spinsters and the reclaimed tramps. In fact, there is much of such pathos in an American magazine, my sole companion on many happy railway journeys, which is not only devoted to detective stories, but apparently edited by detectives. In these stories also there is the honest popular astonishment at the upper ten expressed by the astronomical detective, if indeed he was a detective and not a demon from the dark red Indian forests that faded to the horizon behind him. But I have set him as the head and text of this chapter, because with these elements of the third degree of devilry and the seventh heaven of sentimentalism, I touch on elements that I do not understand. And when I do not understand, I say so. The end of chapter 11.